Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham.
When the Lord descends to this material nature, he comes along with his spiritual abode. That abode of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Navadvip. And the central portion of Navadvip is Sri Mayapur, where the Lord appeared as the son of Jagannath Misra and Sachi Devi. The 9 islands of Navadvip are Antardvip, Shimantadvip, Godrumdvip, Madhyadvip, Koladvip, Ritudvip, Janudvip, Modadrumdvip, and Rudradvip. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared 500 years ago, predicted that the Krishna consciousness movement would spread in every town and village all over the world. To fulfill that apparently impossible prediction, he sent his very intimate associate, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who, within the short span of 10 years' time, took this Krishna consciousness movement out of the precincts of the Indian subcontinent and spread it all over the world. Although he spread this movement throughout the world, his focus was on the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual abode, Sri Mayapur. In 1972, he came here with a handful of Western disciples and set up a small hut as his first establishment here. Gradually, with time, it grew, first to a small temple with residential facilities above, and then it began to expand. The small deities of Radha Madhava that Srila Prabhupada installed took the shape of Radha Madhava surrounded by 8 gopis. Now Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his expansions as Panchatattva, decided to manifest.
Srila Prabhupada always was worshipping Lord Chaitanya in his room. At different times he would have different deities. At one point he wanted to have Panchatattva because these were the presiding deities of Mayapur. And so Panchatattva small deities were made and kept above his head in the room. And every day the pujari would come in and worship these deities for Srila Prabhupada.
They traveled 2,500 kilometers in just 5 days. The devotees chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra all the time throughout the way.
Weighing 2.5 tons each, they were moved with great attention and care. Elaborate arrangements were made by experts from Kumbakonam and Calcutta to hoist them into place using pulleys.
It was not an easy job to install 5 9-feet-tall deities, each weighing over 2.5 tons. Not only did the experts utilize all their skills and equipment, but hundreds of strong and dedicated devotees of the Lord were there to lend their helping hands whenever there was a need.
Lord Chaitanya is Krishna's feature in the mood of magnanimity. So now that the Panchatattva have come, we have to represent even more their mood. It's not enough for us to be enthusiastic or smart or efficient, intelligent. It's also necessary for us to be generous, to be magnanimous to one another, among devotees, to devotees who may have drifted some distance apart, and to people who've not yet reawakened to devotional service. Lord Chaitanya's mood is to extend himself and give mercy generously to everyone. So that mood we have to capture and represent.
Thousands of devotees from all over the world came to Sridham Mayapur to witness the appearance of Sri Sri Panchatattva. From Russia alone, 2,000 devotees arrived.
জানি কি বলে তোমার ধামেতে হইনু শরণাগত কি জানি কি বলে তোমার ধামেতে শরণাগত তুমি দয়াময় পতিত পাবন পতিত তারণে রত তুমি দয়াময়।
This is my second time in Mayapur and I'm excited. I couldn't believe I could make it because when I was here for the first time like 4 years ago, I decided to come for the installation, but it was like postponed every year and I just arrived. It was an accident. My friend helped me a lot to come here and I can't believe I'm here.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
The flag with the mark of Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, is hoisted to announce the presence of the Lord. This aspect of the festival also marks that auspiciousness will prevail everywhere.
2004, Mayapur God put him a festival. I'm going to ask His Holiness Jayapataka Swami to go and Srila Prabhupada, and then he will offer a lamp to the deities to inaugurate the festival. Srila Prabhupada ki! Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari, Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari.
I'd like to welcome all of you to Siddha Mayapur, and we are trying to facilitate this festival. The main purpose is that devotees from around the world will come and very comfortably they can spend their time here simply chanting, hearing and listening.
So create that atmosphere within your heart and then take that atmosphere and spread it everywhere. When you go back to your respective places of service in different places in the world, and then you will be a replica or an example of Sri Mayapur Dham. And then for those who weren't able to make it, you can actually touch their lives and bring Mayapur to them also.
And in ISKCON, we are having more and more festivals around the world. But the mother of all the festivals is this Mayapur Vrindavan festival.
Sri Mayapur Dham ki, Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Devotees from over 100 nations went out in a ceremonial procession to collect water from Mother Ganges to bathe the Lord. The water of the Ganges is not ordinary water. It is coming from the causal ocean. After bathing the lotus feet of the Lord, this water is held on the head of Lord Shiva before flowing through the various planetary systems. Mother Ganges finally arrives on the Earth planet to deliver its inhabitants from all sinful reactions. Fortunate are those who bathe the Lord with this most sanctified nectar.
Bhagavati Gange Bhagirathi Sukhdayini Mata Bhagirathi Sukhdayini.
Mahaprabhu said that the chanting of Hare Krishna would be in every town and village, so obviously if the chanting of Hare Krishna is in every town and village, then also the knowledge and love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in every town and village. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's town and village here in Mayapur, so it's only befitting that we have wonderful, amazing deities here and a wonderful, amazing temple. And this was the start of the process of realizing that this is Srila Prabhupada's fondest dream, and one that he gave all of his disciples as a responsibility to make come true.
As the devotees eagerly await their first darshan, their lordships behind closed doors, the Netra Unmilan, the opening of the deity's eyes, takes place.
Especially this year, with these very, very large, 9-foot-high, 3-ton each deities of Lord Chaitanya. Now we can see how manifest in them is the potency of Lord Chaitanya's movement.
Agnihotra Yagya was performed with 108 sacrificial fires to create auspiciousness everywhere for this very special occasion, to invite the Lord to manifest himself in his deity form.
Tattva home is very specific. It's an auspicious performance. The Gopal mantra, it is chanted backwards in order to dissolve the material elements that the deity is created from and to merge them back into the pradhan. And then the Gopal mantra is again chanted forwards in the proper way in order to recreate or to create the spiritual elements of the deity. The main Hotri, he has a kusha rope tied around his waist, and then this is taken around the Yagyakunda 3 times, and then it is tied also 3 times around each of the deities' waists. In this way, the deities are connected to the yagya that is performed. Tattva home is also called Nyas home because the priests, they hold a pinjuli, a stick made from kusha grass, and with the chanting of the appropriate mantras, then they will touch the different parts or limbs of the deity, and chanting the mantras request the Lord to appear there in different forms, different aspects of the Lord, to invest his potency in those different areas of the body.
So one of the things that I noticed when I first saw the deities after installation, when they were dressed, they seemed to have taken on a completely different existence to when I was actually working on them. I'd been working on and off for the past 8 years, but what was on the altar seemed like something different. What I was working on was like sculpture.
The whole thing started when we researched in 1995 for a place where we could make the Panchatattva deity. So we were traveling all over India, and finally we went to Swami Malai. He said he's the only person who can actually do this deity, this job.
From a fiberglass mold, a plaster of Paris mold was made. Then wax mold was built from that. This wax mold was covered by a cocoon reinforced in special clay. This clay is rich in silica and other minerals that makes it usable for this type of work. Finally, the wax is drained out of the mold and melted metal is poured into it. Then the clay model is broken and the deity is pulled out. Finally, the deity is chiseled and filed.
Every time we took a measurement, it was somehow, and we would have measured it 5 minutes earlier, and it was, you know, something different.
It's very nice to see that when they measured the deity, our Lord Chaitanya, the Stapadi say, according to the Silpa Shastra, this is the correct measurement of the Purusha, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
This is the wax model from which the main deity was cast after necessary adjustment was done to it. Before covering this wax model for casting the main deity, a puja is performed.
become like the personalities themselves. And the thing that is most fulfilling actually about having done this work is the fact that so many devotees have come up to me and told me how enlivened they've been seeing these deities.
And the moment arrives for the expectant devotees to finally have their first glimpse of Sri Sri Panchatattva.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead in 5 features was greeted with different auspicious items as they gave their first darshan.
Although critically ill, His Holiness Sridhar Swami flew all the way from Vancouver to participate in this most auspicious celebration.
Charitamrita, there's a very wonderful description of how the Panchatattva descended to this world and brought with them the great storehouse of love of God. They broke open the doors of this storehouse, and out poured a whole flood of Krishna prema, which inundated the whole world. All the devotees, all the pious people, they were able to drown in that great flood of Krishna prema.
Principal donors and important guests were invited to offer a special aarti to greet the deities of Sri Sri Panchatattva. The Lord's body is massaged with fragrant oils to nourish the skin. Their bodies are also massaged with sesame paste. This drives away any sort of inauspicious glances from the Lord.
The deities, cast from Ashtadhatu, 8 metals, including gold, silver, copper, brass, bell metal, lead, mercury, and iron, are smeared with sesame paste and then ceremonially bathed with 5 types of nectar, such as milk, yogurt, ghee, honey, and sugar water.
This is called Panchamrit, 5 types of nectar. This is a traditional way of doing Abhishek. The deities were first bathed with ghee. Special cow's ghee was brought from Australia and New Zealand. over 4,000 liters of milk was used to bathe the Lord. Hundreds of liters of honey brought from different parts of the world was used to bathe the lords. Following this, fruit juices were offered to the Lord. Traditionally, one fruit is submerged into the water for a while and then the water is used for abhishek. This is an extension of that same procedure. Instead, 5 different types of fruits were used. Colored sugar syrup was poured on the deities. This is used to cleanse the body of the deities. Traditionally, sugar water is poured on the deities. This was an expansion of the same principle with the addition of bright colors. The Lord is then bathed with warm water. This helps to remove and loosen the previously poured ingredients such as ghee and honey.
After the bathing, their bodies are smeared with colored rice flour.
This helps to remove all the sticky substances from the deities, and it also brings a shine to the deities. deities are smeared with sandalwood paste. This is very cooling and pleasing to the Lord. Thousands of liters of Ganga water mixed with sanctified herbs were used to shower the deity. This process is very pleasing to the Lord. A total of 5,000 liters of different types of liquid was poured onto the Lord during the Abhishek.
The demigods have a different way to bathe the Lord. They offer an abhishek of flower petals.
Said in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that the Panchatattva had broke open the storehouse of love of God and plundered the contents and distributed that love profusely throughout the world without discriminating who was fit or who was unfit to receive it. During this wonderful festival, we all received a small glimpse of that sublime truth. Devotees from Russia, from China, Africa, South America, North America, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, India, the Middle East, and the Far East came together as brothers and sisters to chant the holy names and welcome the appearance of the Supreme Lord.
Thousands of liters of Charnamrit were distributed amongst the devotees who were present during this most auspicious event of the advent of the Lord in Sridham Mayapur as the Panchatattva.
Comment in particular about the ceremony itself. It was very, very beautiful. It was very, very auspicious. I could not even imagine a magnificent event like that where the deities were installed with thousands of devotees having kirtan and the pujaris and the priests bathing those enormous deities 9 feet tall in various auspicious substances. Everyone that I've spoken to has told me that memories of this event will remain within their hearts for the rest of their lives.
artist speaking to these two, and he says, no matter.
For me, the festival is completely wonderful, just on the principle of so many devotees, so ecstatic, dancing, chanting, feeling the ecstasies of the holy name, the Maha Mantra.
Thousand devotees came to participate. The temple could not accommodate all. Sri Mayapur Dham was flooded with hundreds of thousands of pilgrims, eagerly awaiting darshan of their lordship. Those fortunate enough to participate in this celebration felt it to be the most remarkable event of their lives.
in many, many ways to reach out to the ISKCON community and offer them this unique opportunity to take part in what has been known to be called a once-in-a-day of Brahma event. The response has been tremendous. Over 1,000 people have come forward to donate for the installation, for the casting of the deities, and for the observance of this wonderful festival. And we are looking forward to increasing the involvement of devotees like this in the future project.
We thank everybody, we thank all the Maharaj. We enjoyed that Panchatattva festival yesterday, installation festival yesterday, and we thank most Srila Prabhupada. Because of his mercy, all of us, we were able to take part in this festival, in this moment.
I was particularly inspired to see not only thousands of devotees from many different races and nationalities and languages coming together to chant, but also especially see so many young people. I'm 50 now, and seeing younger people coming and dancing and up in the air the way I used to be able to, and seeing so many of them so excited about this chanting, about worshiping the deities of Panchatattva was most exciting to us.
And I feel so fortunate to be here amongst all the devotees from all over the world. And this is what Mayapur is all about. And this is what Srila Prabhupada wanted, that people from all over the world come together and worship together.
The enthusiasm here and the energy was unparalleled. Many times there could have been difficulty during a festival of this size, but all the devotees, there was such a mood of cooperation that pervaded the entire festival.
It was so wonderful to see Mahaprabhu with all his associates, that he has appeared. My first impression was that Mahaprabhu has personally now come to Shridham Mayapur, and definitely we are going to have our big cherished dream, the beautiful temple that the whole world will come to see here in Mayapur.
The first impression that we have in seeing him here, obviously, is that the temple that he's presently residing in is too small for him and for his devotees to fit. So immediately the question is begged, when will his proper temple be built? All of the pieces are coming into place from all sides, from government, from donors, from the devotees, from designs, and we can just see that the Lord's hand is moving in a very wonderful way to manifest this temple and show the world the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
And we are excited that we can be a part of making Vaishnava history. This is like an extension of the Leela of Lord Chaitanya. So ISKCON has this wonderful chance to be a part of this powerful legacy of being able to build this fantastic city. Hare Krishna.